Good morning, all of you. I am Dr. Sridhar Reddy Peddi, Senior Interventional Cardiologist from Apollo Hospitals, Jubilee Hills, Hyderabad. I am working for the past 15 years. I saw the patients where the patient will come with the chest pain. So most of the people, they will think chest pain, it may be many causes. It may be heart attack, it may be acidity, it may be reflux, it may be non-cardiac chest pain. Most of the females have atypical chest pain. So there are so many reasons for the chest pain. So without ECG, nobody will diagnose of cardiac heart attack mainly. It may be minor attack or major attack. So anywhere in the world, without ECG, nobody will diagnose it. So always, whenever you will get the chest pain, it is mostly occurs in the retrosternal region. Retrosternal means people will think chest pain always heart is located here, but it is not. The chest pain will occur from throat. This is the retrosternal area and epigastric. Epigastric burning sensation, discomfort, chest discomfort, uneasiness, throat discomfort. These are the common symptoms. The pain radiating to the left arm, followed by sweating, perspiration. Sometimes they will pass the stool in the bed. Sometimes loss of consciousness. These are the typical symptoms for major heart attacks. So anytime, whenever you get the pain in this area, this is called retrosternal area. So from here to here, this area, so you will have uneasiness, a chest pain, sudden onset pain radiating. Go to the immediately local doctor, any physician or any trained who train in the cardiology also. So immediately go there and take the ECG. Then after that, you can go for the further treatment. So what are the minor attack? Minor attack in medical term called unstable angina, also called non-ST elevation MI. Major attacks, it will call ST elevation MI. ST elevation means in the ECG there is called ST segment is elevation of more than 2 mm. They will tell. In unstable angina, there are ST depressions. In the ECG, ST levels will be depressed more than 2 mm. That is also minor attack. So what are the symptoms of minor attack? People will think minor attack means while walking, while climbing up stair, while exertion, any exercise or during sexual activity, patient had chest pain, any anxiety, irritation, postprandial. Postprandial means even after having walk, they will have discomfort. That pain also, same location, retrosternal region, it will present for another 5 to 10 minutes and relieved by taking rest or sorbitrate. So that is called minor attack. When the patient walks, climbing or any other time, that time you will have the pain. Then after taking rest, it will subside. Or by sorbitrate. Most of the people take the sorbitrate sublingually. That is a normally available sorbitrate. It is you can put in under the tongue. So don't give at a time, every time don't take the sorbitrate, because suddenly if you take the sorbitrate, it will subside the BP. Then you will go to hypotension. So that is more dangerous. So take the sorbitrate in case 5 mg tablet, off tablet under the tongue. You can keep it in case of emergency. So what are the difference from major attack and minor attacks? Major attacks, the pain will persist for more than 30 minutes. It will it won't subside with the sorbitrate. Under the very well you use the tablet with under the tongue, that is called sorbitrate, but it won't subside the major attacks. Only minor attacks, the pain will subside. So these are the difference between the major attack and minor attack. So what is the treatment? So people will think they will take so many opinions. Once you will get the heart attack, whether you go to injection or angioplasty. So most of the times, when you will have the immediate attacks, then the injection available in the local areas, in the suburbs, in the district headquarters, and most of the district headquarters we had cath lab facilities there. Better always, whenever you will get the chest pain, immediately they confirm with the acute attack, acute EMI, then go for the primary angioplasty. What is primary angioplasty? It is called, immediately we will do the angiogram followed by the stenting. So people will think, can we go for, so when to go for the angioplasty, when to go for the bypass, they will take so many opinions. I will tell you what is the difference between that one. So but always the angioplasty, primary angioplasty is the best treatment. Why angioplasty is the best? Because we can save the heart muscle. What will happen now? This is a heart had a muscle. So for that, the blood vessels will give the blood supply to the heart muscle. So whenever the vessels will cause any occlusion, any thrombus in that vessel or total blockage of the vessel, causing the damage of the muscle, that is called the muscle will going to be the dysfunction, LV dysfunction, left ventricular dysfunction will there. So that time the pumping mechanism will be decreases. Then that time it is, if you take delay in the treatment in the angioplasty or whatever the medications, the muscle it won't improve. So immediate treatment, it will improve the muscle function, then it will become the asymptomatic further. So if you delay in the treatment, the LV dysfunction will persist. Lifelong patient will have breathlessness. Next, what are the commonest risk factors? Risk factors we have to tell about strong family history of family who has a premature heart disease, like below age of 50 years, if the parent had, mother or father had any heart attacks, always be precautions. Next, diabetes is the highest risk factor. Tension, anger, irritation, restlessness, type A personalities, these are the more prone for. And cholesterol, people will tell cholesterol, people will tell cholesterol high to be, then if your cholesterol is high, then they will get the heart attacks. Never, it is like a just never occurred. Even normal cholesterol also, people will get the heart attack. Even high cholesterol also, cholesterol is one small risk factor. Cholesterol only the formation of the thrombus in that one of the components. People will think today, okay, every day, every 1 week I am taking the non-vegetarian, so I may increase the cholesterol, I will take the cholesterol tablet. No, it is not like that. Once you start the medications, you have to continue. So when you to start the cholesterol tablets, only thing is strong family history, diabetic, hyperlipidemia. Mostly in the South Indians, there are triglycerides are more and HDL is low. Always HDL should be always be high, LDL should be low. H always remember high, L be low. So this once you start the cholesterol tablets, cholesterol reducing tablets, it will subsides. Once you stop again, it will increases. So these medications, if the risk factors are there, if you have started, continue, you can take. But only thing is you can dose adjust and you can reduce the doses. That is and consult the doctor frequently. Every 3 or 6 months you can go for the cholesterol test. These are the next. One more thing is the type A. What is type A person? Nowadays we are getting major of young heart attacks. Young heart attacks are more dangerous because in the old age, the collaterals will develop. Once the vessel blockage also, the side vessels will give the blood supply to the heart muscle. So engage the collaterals won't develop. Because of the without loss of collateral developments, the attack will be more and the damage will be more. That's why engaged heart attacks are more dangerous than the old age. So nowadays we are seeing the more of young heart attacks. So those people always be precautions. So daily people will think every day we'll do the walk, every day we'll do the swimming and all, but every day half an hour exercise is must. Whether you are cycling or which are walking or which are the jogging or whatever the things. But the lifestyle is more important. Whatever you are doing the work, routine work in your office or wherever you are, everybody had a tension. But only thing is that the way how you will take and how you will give. So that type of personality, type A personality is not good. Relax, don't get tension. So that is a more important. Next thing is food habits they will tell. So people will think non-veg if you eat will get the cholesterol. It is not like that. Whatever you eat, but burn the calories. That is my every day 30 minutes or 40 minutes. Do the exercise. Don't use the lift. Don't use the car. Don't use wherever you go. As this thing. So and alcohol. People will tell alcohol and smoking, which is smoking is more dangerous than the alcohol. Alcohol every day 30 to 40 ml is good for health as a medical disease. It will reduce the cholesterol. It will dilate the vessel. But excess alcohol is more dangerous. So don't go for the excess. Most of the people will come to us, sir, I won't take any alcohol, smoking, no habits, I am very good. It is not like that. So those are type A personalities. Those are more prone for heart attacks. So that's why always be, if you want to have this thing, limited alcohol 30 to 40 ml per day. But smoking, you can stop the smoking. Smoking and gutka and pan paraks are more dangerous. So these are the commonest. Then come to the what is called angioplasty, what is bypass. Angioplasty is nothing but what is angiogram? First I will tell you angiogram. Angiogram is a small simple test where we have to know about the blood supply to the heart vessel. There are 3 vessels, right side 1 vessel, left side 2 vessels. Right side is called right coronary artery, left side there is a LAD and LCX. So these vessel blood supply, then we have to know about how much percentage of block. That is a small test. It will go through the radial or femoral, from the hand or from the thigh. So most of the people nowadays we are doing the radial angiogram to easy mobilization, easily we can discharge without any complications of hematoma and all those things. So once you confirm the angiogram, what are the percentage they will ask? We have to show the patient everything. You have all the rights. Any hospital, wherever the patient will go, you can ask, because you can demand, what sir, what is my percentage of blockage? Whether so you can, that is the, then suppose in case of more than 70% of the disease is there, then you can go for 70 to 75% of the disease, then you can go for the procedures. It may be because of the angioplasty or also called stenting. Angioplasty and stenting, it is a combination word. Earlier olden days we had angioplasty, means only balloon dilatation. But after 94 onwards, the stents had come into the market. Then we are doing the stents, because only angioplasty again the resistance will translate. That's why we are putting the stents. It may be drug-coated stents or bare metal stents available in the market. The stents, like people will ask, the stents whenever, even after bypass or angioplasty, it may blockage occurs even after 1 hour or 1 minute or after 1 month. But most of the time, 90 to 95%, the resonance stents are very less for the drug-coated stents. Even after bypass also, the resonance will be there. So most of the people ask how many days we have to stents and whatever there is no guarantee. So, but only lifelong medication, even after angioplasty or after bypass, we have to take the medications. Even and cholesterol reducing agents and blood thinners, we have to take lifelong medications. Then only if you stop the medications, the resonance will occur even with the stent or graft. So, what are the most of the people nowadays? They are going for the opinions. Many people will have the opinions whether we go for. If the only thing is everything is available as a simplest is angioplasty. If you patient is good vessel size, the lesions, number of the stents depending on that. If the patient had a very diffuse disease, small vessels, those things, you can go for the bypass. But availability easy, the simplest way is angioplasty is better always. Next, so once you complete after the procedure, after the angioplasty, patient has to take for 1 week rest. So after the dinner, after the lunch, we are not supposed to go for the walk. Most of the times people will go for the walk after the, most of the cardiac patients never go for the walk after dinner or after lunch. That is called postprandial walk. And don't take the full of meal. Always it should be empty. Around 75-80%, 20% should be empty. So after the postprandial, then no anger, no anxiety, no irritation. So continue the medications and regular lifestyles will prolong the. Nowadays the Indian average lifespan is increased. Earlier it was 54 to 56 years. Now it is increased to 64 years. So now the age group for the people will tell engagements up to 70 years we are young. So elderly means after 70. After 80 is old. Very old is 90. So this is the way. So thanks for listening to my talks. So all the best. So I think I will prefer prevalence and is more better than the treatments. So take care of your hearts. So whenever you have any doubts, please go to my anytime you can call, anytime you want to any second opinion or anytime you can welcome. My number, my email will be available on your. So all the best for all my viewers in the YouTubes of my talk. So anytime you are all welcome. Anytime you want to take my any opinion regarding the second opinion or any of your doubts on the cardiac related or any regarding the hypercholesterol or cholesterol levels, anytime you are welcome. So I am happy to treat and I am happy to give my advice, sincere advice. So only I will always my benefit for the patient, not for the doctor, my motto. So this is the time I am welcoming to all of you. So prevent your health and heart attacks and all those things by doing regular exercises, nice good diets. So no tension. So no worries, no heart attacks. So thank you for all viewers. So once again, thank you.